So some of you guys may be wondering what kind of audio I'm using for my videos, and how I'm capturing that audio. So a lot of the audio I've been using previously on the channel has been from this camera here and this camera here. So I've got my Canon and my GoPro that I've been recording on for a bit over a year now. They've got some decent audio, but the audio could be improved, I thought. So I've gone through and I've purchased two microphones on my own, of course, like a lot of the other stuff I do. So the first microphone I purchased, actually came like this, is the, if I can get it to go back to how it came out of the box, or close enough too. The first one I purchased was the Rode VideoMic 2, I think, or VideoMic Go. Yeah, VideoMic Go 2, that's it. This is a good little microphone. It's got a 3.5mm audio cable to connect to the camera there, which is really good. Comes with a little foam blimp. Audio cable comes in the left side of the microphone if you're looking at it, and then USB-C connector on the right. Foam blimp just slides off, nice and squishy. And then we can get a good look at this microphone. So we can see there's a lot of holes drilled through the side of the microphone, both sides, and there so that you can cancel out a lot of the noise. It's because this is a short shotgun microphone. Proper shotgun microphone might be, say, this a foot long. This is like half a foot long. It's got the holes in the end to pick up the noise as well. So this is the directional sound, where you want it to come from, where you don't want it to come from. This is a really good microphone. Comes on a really good mount from Rode. This is a cold shoe mount. Cold shoe because it doesn't have the connectors for the flash on it, and it just screws down and screws up to loosen off. It screws down to tighten on, screws up to loosen off. Same piece on the top end. Allows you to mount the microphone really forward or really back, depending on where you want it. I generally mount it about center, because that way it's not too far forward that it's quite focused in my shot, but it's not too far back that it's not focused in my shot. And if it's too far back, I end up knocking my head on the back of it when I'm trying to look through the viewfinder to see what's happening, because I still use that sometimes, especially if I'm going to quickly pick it up and take a photo and I've got this unit on the top. Got a pretty long audio cable. I've looped up some of it, but this audio cable's what, a bit over a foot long. Plenty of length on it. It actually unplugs, which is really nice, and it really helps when you're taking this off the mount that comes with it. So this mount just kind of slides off, and now you've got your microphone that, I don't know, you could use it kind of almost for interviews. Flip it back and forward. But this mount's a really good little mount. These little red pieces are they've got a spring design to them, so it takes out some of the camera movement between the camera. Takes out some of the camera movement between the camera and where the microphone's going to be sitting. So both these are on flexy little mounts, which is really useful for the camera. For the microphone. So there's little white sections here, little white tabs, 4 of them on the top. You can tell it's the top because it's got Rode on it. Underneath has all the information. So it's a VideoMic Go 2. But it just slides in the back there. When I get it on, there it is. There's the first one, and there's the second one. So those little tabs line up with some of the rubber fingers on the holder. So if you actually have a look, got a little thing here. If you have a look at this little white tab here, it lines up with the grey finger on this little holder here. Oh, it's terrible colour contrast, this black on black, but I don't have anything better. So these tabs line up quite well on the points. Makes it really good. So with the foam blimp, or at least that's what I call it, does really well cutting out those pops from talking and a bit of the other noises, but could be improved, especially in a windy environment. And so that's why I went and got a dead cat, or a windshield for it. This is the little rubber piece that stops the foam blimp from coming off. I normally keep it inside the foam blimp because I don't use the foam blimp very often. I'm normally using the dead cat, which is basically the same as the foam blimp, except for the fact that it's got all this fluffy stuff on the top. So this fluffy stuff is it's like wind cutting devices, or wind cutting technology, I guess you'd call it. Easy to slide on, makes it look like a fluffy pom-pom, but that's okay. It's got a functional purpose, and this functional purpose is to cut out the wind noise and some of the pops when you're recording. So I often have the 3.5mm cable plugged into the microphone, the other end going to the camera, and to neaten it up, I feed a loop of this through back where it was, and feed a little bit over this kind of half U-shaped suspension arm on the microphone mount. So I've got a slightly shorter cable because my camera mount audio cable is very close to the cold shoe mount. Actually, it's a hot shoe mount on my camera, but it doesn't matter. So this is the first microphone I got. Fantastic microphone. Actually, I forgot to mention USB-C on the side, so you can actually plug this into your computer through a USB-C cable and use this with the Rode Connect app, I think it is. So I'm pretty sure you can use this for voiceovers and other pieces on your camera. So it's one microphone that'll do a lot of things. Great little microphone to have. On top of that, I have a little kit of microphones, I guess you'd call it. So a multi-microphone kit. Again, from Rode. These two little pieces are great. I'll show you those guys in a second. So when we open this guy up, we have 3 square pieces. And these 3 square pieces, as you guys might have been able to read, are pieces of the Rode Wireless Go 2. So this is a wireless lavalier system. There's actually another couple of pieces in the bag here, like this 3.5mm audio cable. So there's a little one with a little screen. If I turn it on, you can see there's actually a little screen that illuminates. It's telling me the other two aren't connected right now, and it could do with a bit of charge. But that screen definitely lets you know that that is the receiver unit. So this plugs into the camera. Little clip mounts to the mounts to the hot shoe or cold shoe, or you can clip it on a piece of material nearby, whether it be the camera strap or something, so long as the audio cable can reach the receiving audio cable section. So these other 2 little squares, the ones we have here, are transmitters. So this is a left and a right if it's recording in stereo, or person 1, person 2 recording in mono. So whether that be a left and a right recording, or a recording where it all comes from the center in the sound. They've got their power buttons on the bottom. The actual microphones piece is on the top, with a audio jack input on the side of them. That's what those little pieces are for. I'll show you those guys in a minute. Got your charger cords on the side. I have the labeling system for these, so I've got a blue one and a green one at the moment for transmitters. That way I can keep them separate. I also got a 3-pack of these little fluff balls. They're just wind dampeners for these. So they've got little, I might turn this light up for you guys to be able to see that. There we are. So we've got little white dots that you guys might be able to see there. And those dots line up with some other bumps on the top. And it actually goes over the microphone section of the transmitter, so you can actually feel when it goes in and then locks. But now you've got a transmitter with a wind buffer on the top of it. And so you've got the whole unit that, if you're looking in this camera, I can just clip that to my shirt now and record. The problem is I've got a big unit that's sticking out on my shirt. Even if I was to put it inside the shirt and have that little bit sticking out, there's still all this that's visible in the camera shot for while we're recording. However, these are great microphones, and there is a workaround that Rode produces. They come in these little pouches. Fantastic little add-on to this kit. And this is a lavalier piece for the microphone. So this is the cheap version, but it works really well. So these have a long cord on them. They're about 1 meter long cord, or just over. And so we've got our 3.5mm audio jack, a clip, which can clip onto a lot of things, and then we've got the microphone at the other end of the cable. This is a really small microphone, couple mil in diameter, and this is just a little foam piece or wind buffer for the tiny microphone. I've got the labelling system, so the blue receiver has the blue lavalier mic. And what this does is this can just clip on. You can run the cord inside the shirt, outside the shirt, doesn't matter. But now, this is a whole lot less in the camera than having the whole transmitter unit in there. So this transmitter unit can go in a pocket now, because that's got a line of sight of about 100 meters, which is really good. Fantastic for some of the shooting I've been doing. But this little microphone is really good. You can stick it outside the shirt. I suppose you could stick it inside the shirt as well, so that there's even less of the microphone to see. So you guys can only see the clip there, which is very minimal. I'm not recording through this microphone at the moment. This is just the natural audio from one of these cameras that I'm recording on. But this is a great little microphone. I've been using it to record the helmet audio from the motorcycles and the riders in the Riding Blind project, which is really cool. Let's us get better audio quality, which I'm trying to work on, make these videos a bit better. Gets better audio quality than putting one of the wireless transmitters that we're using to talk between each other up against a camera that we're using to record it, and just recording. So it works well. When these are packed up, this is a nice thick audio cable, but when these are all packed up, it's nice and easy to grab whichever microphone system I need. This all packs up in the one little bag. Obviously you've got the other bags for the lavalier pieces, but I can just grab them with one hand. They sit in my camera bag, easy to access. And then the Rode video mic normally sits with the big fluff ball on top of it, because most of the time I'll be using this outside. But yeah, those are microphones I use while I'm recording videos. Very often do I not use that one. Or sorry, I should say very rarely do I use the blimp. Recording voiceovers, the last couple of times I've recorded voiceovers, I think the last one or two, have been with this little mic. The video mic Go 2. Otherwise, I have my desk monitor systems, and I have a little microphone that sticks out. And I believe I got this microphone from Kmart. As you can see, it's a much bigger microphone. It was only a cheap one. It was about $40. If I take this foam off, which is a pop filter kind of, you can see it's a much bigger microphone. Picks up a lot more sounds as well though. So it picks up a lot of the background sounds, which there is a ton of around our house, especially on weekends or during the day. But yeah, that's been recording most of the voiceovers you've seen on the channel of recent, which is good. But the last couple have been using this little one, so I'll make a bit more of a decision as the videos go on as to which microphones I'm using for voiceovers and which microphones I'm using for recording, and it will probably change as to what I'm doing. I don't have the media mod for the Hero 8 at the moment, I'm currently in the process of deciding whether I'm going to invest in a media mod for the Hero 8 or whether I wait until the brand new Hero 11 comes out. The 10s will drop in price and I may end up getting a 10 or 11 with the media mod accessories, which lets me use our great mics with a much smaller camera than our Canon. Makes it much smaller for our video setup, which will be really useful in some situations. But otherwise, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Might use the natural audio for some videos. Might even just turn these on because these will, I think these will record as well when they're on, and I can record the audio from the transmitters. So these have backup audio recording on them on the transmitters as well, so I can plug into the computer and retrieve the audio if it drops out during the video. But yes, that's some of the cool stuff I can do now with my microphones. Cool. See you guys in the next one.